Using all of that time, he upgraded his Kampfkraft Center a little bit, and now DoktorHaupt. I'm going to switch back to DoktorHaupt. Sorry, I hope I don't piss people off too much with the minimap changing color constantly, but you can see that he is now just going straight into a Panzer Command, and that was pretty much his game plan, was all of that early pressure just to kind of buy time for a very, very fast Panzer Command. Pretty much, if you get a Panzer Command that early in the game, it can really only mean one thing, which is ostwinds. We'll see if that's true or not, but I guarantee you that's where he's going with this idea. You can see he's almost level 4, meaning he could definitely manpower blitz out something out of that. And in the meantime, it looks like DoktorHaupt is recapping the center here, while Audemed is just kind of, again, still playing cleanup. You know, he got a lot of initiative by fighting that all off, but it still doesn't mean he's ahead right now. He still needs to actually recap all this stuff that should normally be on his side of the map. So let's zoom around here a little bit. You can see DoktorHaupt has got some nice positioning in this building. This building is very tricky. Pretty much it's always good to have somebody in there. Again, fighting happening across the board. All of these players being very effective. Again, for anyone who hears me talking about why you shouldn't blob, just take a look at this battlefield. Look at how spread out all the players are right now. Everybody has troops just kind of all across the battlefield, fighting in various ways. Pretty much the left-hand side here is one more awesome flank, but in defense of the flank, DoktorHaupt has gone ahead and activated infantry pillage, and he's hoping to kind of heal his troops and get a little bit of money while they're fighting out here, and that's helping out quite a bit. But man, those Browning automatic rifles are just as good. Just pouring the damage in here, kind of soaking that up a little bit, and now Audemed seems to have pretty good control over this area. DoktorHaupt forced to retreat with most of his troops. Everybody else here just kind of stalling in this building here. Let's take a look at his base, though. Looks like he has activated Manpower Blitz. He has one enhanced Ostwind on the field right now, and he has a second Ostwind out there. So let me check and find out what level Audemed is right now. Audemed is level 3, which means he does have enough for airdropped. No, I'm sorry, that is level 4, so he is not the right level to take advantage of his airdropped AT gun. So everything I said about, well, as long as you can get to level 4, you can drop in an AT gun and you'll be fine against some early armor or whatever. This is pretty much one of the fastest Ostwinds you can get. And Audemed right now is kind of caught with his pants down. You can see he does have a supply yard, but he has no sign of a motor pool and no ability whatsoever to get an AT gun at this point in the game. So he's in trouble right now, and just one Ostwind is enough to put him in trouble. A second Ostwind, and let alone a Vet 1 Ostwind, that's very dangerous. Krieg Barracks going up right now. I honestly have no idea why DoktorHaupt is getting a Krieg Barracks up. It's not a bad idea, of course, and he is researching his second infantry upgrade as well. So it looks like these guys are all just about to become Vet 2. But he's got a real advantage right now. This is the kind of thing that almost makes me want to say, charge on in and attack their base with it. I rarely ever endorse that kind of strategy, but right now it's totally called for. He has a distinct advantage that is currently not being countered by anything. So luckily, it looks like Audemed threw some mines down. That's not a bad idea. But for the time being, lots of infantry moving in all directions. Again, for new players out there, just look at get a taste for the look and feel of all of this, and just kind of see how he's moving his troops all across the battlefield. This kind of gameplay is very hard to emulate because it requires very high actions per minute because you're constantly moving troops kind of all over the place, and you're also micromanaging, multitasking, all that sort of stuff. You've got many different goals in mind. So Audemed coming out right now, engaging DoktorHaupt. I don't know if he has any sticky bombs. He certainly didn't throw any right there. Mostly just took some casualties and is now retreating. And meanwhile, a flank! Just constantly flanking. I mean, here I am. I have basically God mode vision over the battlefield, and I still have trouble keeping up with Audemed's troops. So Audemed's troops coming in here, trying to chase away these Ostwinds. I wonder if he's even bluffing or if he actually has sticky bombs. Because pretty much, whenever a whole bunch of riflemen come charging at your armor, you need to run your armor away. You have to assume that they actually do have sticky bombs. And in this case, he very well might not have sticky bombs, but he was just bluffing, and that's cool, but it looks like he called his bluff. Here we go. This is what we need. This is absolutely the reason why airdropped AT guns is even better. And oh my god, is that a rocket barrage? Yes, it is. It's a rocket barrage directed right at the front doorstep of Audemed's HQ, which means that any retreating troops are going to get hit by it. That's seriously bad news, and most of the time people have aftershocks on their rocket barrage, which means that rocket barrage is just going to come down a second time. So he's got to huddle around for warmth, get resupplied, and get the hell out of there just in case that happens again. What I was going to say is the airdropped AT guns are even better than regular ones because they come with a bunch of these little guys who also have a recoilless rifle. So super good anti-tank squad there. But let's take a look at the map once again. What with the appearance of these double Ostwind flak panzers, check out the map. This is completely owned once again by DoktorHaupt. Out of nowhere, DoktorHaupt has totally taken control of the map, and Audemed is just pinned in his base right now. Basically just kind of fighting away from the inside of his base with a flare at his back, just barely barely able to hold on to everything. So name of the game right now, we've got a couple of Ostwinds in the center. We've got troops kind of all over the battlefield. Let's take a look, and here comes the second rocket barrage. This was a reverberations, I believe, because you can tell the rocket barrage hasn't cooled down yet. So always make note of where a rocket barrage lands, and just keep in mind that a minute later you're probably going to want to get out of there. So luckily, Audemed is no newbie to that idea and has got out of the way. And so now he's moving on out to engage these Ostwinds. And honestly, this is a hard position to be in. I don't know what you want to do here. Yes, he wants to advance these anti-tank guns, and it looks like he's getting his airdropped supply drops and just kind of recapping some positions. But for the most part, he is surrounded right now. I mean, look at this map. There's units to the left of him, units to the right of him, Ostwinds in front of him, very much surrounded. So anti-tank gun in the middle here. Looks like our recoilless rifle gentlemen are picking everything up here. That looks fine and dandy, and we have a bunch of infantry. And there it is, the third aftershocks of the rocket barrage. So he has upgraded that to have a full three aftershocks. And now we have one of these half tracks with the rocket upgrade. But oh, nice looking bombing run right there. Just kind of winged the half track. But so now we're going to start seeing some of the bombing run actions here. And now, boom, boom, boom! Look at that. Take out a single minesweeper guy. And sorry for being so indecisive. I'm going to swap back to Audemed. I want to see when he's using these abilities, because strafing run from a commentary point of view is kind of hard to catch sometimes. So if you see that thing glow orange, it's kind of helpful to make sure you're looking around where the action is. But double Ostwinds now moving up, and bam! Look at that combination of recoilless rifle and anti-tank gun completely takes out the one Ostwind. Meanwhile, this last remaining enhanced Ostwind flak panzer. By the way, the enhanced Ostwind flak panzer at level 5 is basically 10% better at everything. That's the quickest way I can summarize that, but it's got a bunch of plus 5% abilities, I believe, and they stack. So let's see here. Vet 2 Riflemen with 16 kills on the right-hand side, capping. We've got the Advanced Defense Engineers with 1 kill, capping up there. We have these gentlemen with 7 kills, capping in the center, and the anti-tank gun. So let's take a look here and see what exactly DoktorHaupt is up to. You can see that this half-track is just kind of laying into these guys. I would guess that it's right around here. No! Look at that. He's firing directly at the anti-tank guns. Anti-tank guns, by the way, are just the perfect target whenever you have sort of a stationary area of effect rocket attack that you're going to use. So we have more. No, that's the same enhanced Ostwind. Sorry. Getting repairs. The Krieg barracks is up, but no changes for the most part. So I have no idea why these combat pioneers are out there right now. You can see them chucking a hand grenade. Oh, I know why they're there. They, of course, are trying to take care of this anti-tank gun, which is currently being repaired. Now we have the Vet 2 Volksgrenadiers moving on out, pouring fire into this anti-tank gun. That is the target at the moment here. I wonder if he's even going to try and Panzerfaust it, because you can tell it's really low hit points. But no, it looks like they're just going to be kind of thrown into the meat grinder right now. All these troops just are oh no, that was a bad attack. He got a little greedy. He saw a free anti-tank gun and said, ooh, let's go for it. And of course, Audemed punished him for that decision. So, but Audemed still has much to do in order to catch back up here. He is really lacking on territory, and you can see that this half-track here is just pouring in. Let's see, it's likely going to fire right back at where that anti-tank gun was. Yes, it is, and of course, Audemed. I didn't point this out, by the way. Since he is not going for motor pool, he likely had these items, and he does. Check it out. He's got 24% increased health for anti-tank guns. He's got the grants a large health regeneration bonus and the 20% faster movement speed. So these are some very, very sleek anti-tank guns. These are speedy, regenerating, healthy anti-tank guns. So be aware of those army items. That is very deliberate on his part. He didn't just randomly pick those army items, but you can see this hit point bar has just been growing and growing. Meanwhile, we do have this rogue group of Volksgrenadiers hoping to get a free kill on these tough anti-tank guns, but look how fast they move, man. Just speeding along. Zip, zip, zip. I like seeing that. Close combat pioneers hoping to get in on some of the action, maybe throw another hand grenade. And now we do, of course, have the infantry pillage activated. And the riflemen coming in from all angles, of course. Pretty much whenever you're fighting Audemed, just expect a rifleman squad to appear behind you somewhere. No problems really at all, but we do have the half-track dropping some more rockets in, and whoops, I accidentally jumped the camera around. And check out how speedy these anti-tank guns are. I was very impressed by these by seeing these army items in practice here. Looks like these close combat pioneers are actually really kicking ass and taking some names here. They actually scared away all of those riflemen. But man, just watch how quickly these anti-tank guns get out of the way. And bombing run, bombing run, bombing run. Where is it? Where is it? Boom, boom, boom. There it is. Oh, man. Bombing run right in the middle of a bunch of infantry. And this half-track kind of backing out of there, hoping to avoid the second round of bombs. And no, it gets totally picked off. By the way, if you are trying to avoid bombs, look at the blast patterns and just go like on one side or the other of them. Don't drive down the line. So, we do have anti-tank gun now speedily running away from the rest of these grenadiers. Looks like we do have a machine gun team, likely picked up that machine gun from the airdrop, supply drops. Browning automatic riflemen coming on in, trying to defend everybody. And it looks like, for the time being, everyone has got away from here. You can see that he's backing his AT gun up just enough to resupply it once, and then he'll likely move it back onto the field. But that's one takeaway from this, is that if you are going to play airborne this way, do consider getting these AT gun upgrades. They are super awesome. I was really impressed by that. Very, very good counters here. Vet 3 Ostwinds. Oh, man. Look out for that, though. Vet 3 Ostwinds really... if they get a good flank on your AT guns, they can do some serious, serious damage. So you can see the flare back here. He's trying to be very aware of where these anti-tank guns are and just kind of maneuver around them. We do have the Minesweeper Pioneers, and this is one of those tells of a good player. If you see Minesweeper Pioneers or Engineers out there, just make note of that they are sufficiently good at this game to know that they need to have Minesweepers out there. Because Minesweeper Pioneers are the best thing on earth for playing what I like to call the passive-aggressive warfare game, i.e. all these little captures that are constantly happening in the background. Like, this is passive-aggressive right now. Look at that, double mines by DoktorHaupt, though. So Minesweeper guys are great for that because they can pretty much go and cap anything without fear of stepping on landmines. So, huge